Well, Nathan, it's the first defeat of pre-season here at Redcar Athletic. Obviously only the pre-season campaign, but a few things to be concerned about there, perhaps.
Yeah, no concerns, which might seem strange looking at the scoreline. We didn't train on Thursday. Quite a few niggles. Numbers were low. Today we were 5 on holiday, and Jas was still struggling, so we're 6 senior players short. So the result meant absolutely nothing. As the same with the last 2 games, what we needed to do is we needed to just make the best we could. A lot of square pegs and round holes, but we needed to get what we needed out of the game, and that was more minutes in the legs, loading up obviously our fitness, and just trying to make the best of it really. And you know, at the end of the day, I think all 5 goals, I think 3 from our point of view were catastrophic errors, which wouldn't happen, and 2 of them were bad errors. So I don't think we've really been broke down, but you know, it's a pre-season game and people look at the result. But for me, no concerns.
In terms of the team selection, you already touched on Jasu. Do you know much about him at the moment? Is it just sort of precautionary this
It's tight, yeah. We're like I say, pre-season. We're not going to risk players that don't need to be risked. Playing, and the consequences could mean he's going to be out longer term. So we just need to look after him, and that's all it was really.
Yeah, and so one of the sort of key areas you felt that was lacking today was in that midfield. Also missing Lewis Hawkins, Joe Wheatley, Alfie Doherty, Precy Griffiths as well. Yeah. So all the players in there really, you know, not the natural position. You can kind of see in a way perhaps that, you know, that's perhaps where the game was won and lost perhaps. Yeah,
listen, it's just the way it is. It's a game of football. The way we play, we have rotations and pivots in midfield. It's a big part of obviously our game, but today we had lads in there who were in there to work hard and just try their best, and that's what they did. And you know, when you're playing against a Redcar team with the experience that they've got, they took advantage of it, and you know, they were the better team on the day. I don't think there's any doubt about that. But yeah, like I said, big miss.
Yeah, and in terms of the man of the goal, you already touched on, you know, you were disappointed with how a lot of them came about, but in that first half it did seem it was very much a cagey game until that first goal came in, and it sort of seemed to be the start of a few chances sort of come in, especially for Redcar.
Goals change games, we say that a lot, don't we? And they did. 2 mistakes from us. It just, like I said, they were characteristic, but you know, we've got a lot of young boys in there, and you know, the chemistry just wasn't right. But that's from our point of view. We're not going to get too down about it because they are mistakes. That wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, in terms of pre-season, it's about getting all the different elements and taking the positive out of it. And there were a few, I suppose, in terms of the likes of Sonny Fergus coming back in, and once again the young lads coming back and making a good impression. Yeah,
Sonny coming back, brilliant. He's been out for such a long time. To be honest with you, I wouldn't have really played him today, but he was adamant he was okay and he wanted to. He knew we were a little bit short. He's still done in the world of good, to be fair. He's done okay. We've obviously had a lot of young boys in again, but the biggest positive is we've not had a dictating game, which we normally do, controlling possession. We haven't had that today, and hence we've got loads of minutes and stamina into the legs, and I think that's the biggest positive out of today.
Yeah, pleasing too as well to see Nathan Thomas continue his form in terms of that attacking sense. Is probably the sort of the biggest threat all afternoon, really.
Yeah, well, first half I think Stephen Walker did really well as well. He got down on the left hand side, put 2 brilliant balls in the box which he didn't capitalise on, and Jake Charles has run his socks off, and he's basically he's not had a lot to do in the game, but he's certainly run a lot of kilometres. So yeah, another good goal for Nathan, but again it's not something that I'm overly concerned about anywhere at the top end of the pitch. We will score goals, I'm pretty sure with that, but yeah, it's one of the only positives of the afternoon really.
Yeah, just looking ahead, it's back on action Wednesday night. Obviously against York City, tough opposition there. A couple of players you'll hopefully have back as well, but the main aim of the night, I suppose, is really sort of celebrating everything that Shane Bland's done for the club.
Yeah, phenomenal for Shane. So hopefully it's going to be a big crowd for him. We'll have 4 of the boys back. Well, pretty much the midfield pack. So for us now moving forward, we've played 3 games. We knew they were all going to be tough due to availability. We've come through them now. We've got a little rest till Wednesday. We'll go straight to the York game, and for us, we've got 4 games now where we need to start stepping up, and we'll do that. And everything that we do now moving forward, we should have the numbers available. and we'll just start building up ready for the first game of the season.
Yeah, and as well, just in terms of York as a side, I suppose that's sort of the pre-season friendly where you look at that's going to be the strongest test, which is going to sort of really tell you where these lads are at, perhaps.
Yeah, well, on paper it is the strongest test. They've recruited very well, York. They're going to be very strong next year in the National League, I'm pretty sure with that. But like for us, it's another pre-season game for them. They'll be at a different stage to us. They'll obviously want to win the game, but we're hoping it's going to be a tough test for us, and I'm hoping we can get some, good decision making on the night and more minutes in the legs, and like I say, we just want to step up in our performances and what we're trying to achieve through the games.